नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. So, welcome, dear devotees. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter number 11, titled as Lord Krishna's Entrance into Dwarka. We have covered up to text number 18 or 17. Today, we are starting from text 18. Yesterday, one Mataji called me in the temple. And because I am from Gujarat, she called me and said, I want to go to Dwarka. Can you give me some guidance? How far is it from Ahmedabad airport and how to go there? And I said, Madaji, come and join us. We are already in the Dwarka Yatra. All our group, we are every day going into Dwarka. When people go physically into Dwarka, it might be, if they are not associating with devotees, it might be just like a tourist going to different places, going to the beach or going to the temple, but it's more like a sightseeing for an eye. While the yatra we are doing, virtual yatra in Dwarka, it's a blissful experience for the consciousness. We are diving deep in meditating for Krishna's Dwarka yatra. And here we see that how Lord Sri Krishna stayed few months after the Kurukshetra, the Bhagavad Gita, when he spoke the war, Kurukshetra war finished. Few months he stayed in Hastinapur. Then he requests, he gets the permission from the Pandavas to go back. And we saw that how when Krishna was departing, the ladies at the rooftop, they were talking about Krishna, and then Krishna starts departing. Pandavas, they go up to certain distance, and then Krishna requests and pursues them to go back. And then we saw the description at the end of the previous chapter that how Krishna passes through different regions and finally reaching to Dwarka. He goes to Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. The whole journey was mentioned everywhere. He was being worshipped. People were giving him gifts and welcoming presentation, worshipping him because people knew him as the Supreme Lord. Then, when he reaches to Dwarka, we saw that how he blows the conch shell, not indicating his arrival to the citizens. And because of the sound vibration, everyone runs towards Krishna to welcome him. And at the gate, people, citizens of Dwarka, offer prayers to him. And then, right now, where we are, is Krishna is still in the chariot. He is entering the Dwarka. Yesterday, we saw that how beautifully the city of Dwarka was decorated to welcome him. There were festoons, decorations, flags, garlands, painted signs, thoroughly cleansed all the public places, marketplaces, the roads, the highways, everything. There were fruits and flowers, incense sticks, candles, everything was nicely presented to welcome Krishna. And the last verse which we saw yesterday was all the personalities, they abandoned their resting, sitting, or dining. They abandoned whatever activity they were doing and they rush to welcome Lord Shri Krishna. So let's see, like Krishna has entered from the border. We saw few verses day before yesterday. Then he entered the city of Dwarka, and what happens next while all people are there to welcome him, the houses and everything is decorated. What happens after that? Let's begin from text number 18. Anshul Prabhu, you want to read? If someone also wants to read, you can raise hand or just unmute and read. I don't know how many of you can recite Sanskrit.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम हरे कृष्णा ऑल डिवोटीज दंडवत प्रणाम श्री प्रभुपाद की जय टेक्स्ट नंबर 18 वारणेन्द्रं पुरस्कृत्य ब्राह्मणे ससुमङ्गलैः शङ्खतूर्यनिनादेन ब्रह्मघोषेण चादृताः प्रत्युज्जग्मुरथे हृष्टाः प्रणयागतसाध्वसाः. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. They hastened towards the Lord on chariots with brahmanas bearing flowers. Before them were elephants, emblems of good fortune. Conch shells and bugles were sounded, and Vedic hymns were chanted. Thus they offered their respects, which were saturated with affection. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Anshu Prabhu. So very beautiful words. Pratyujjagamu. Ujjagamu means they hurriedly, they rushed. Pratyujjagamu rathair rishta. Rath means chariot. Rishta means very cheerfully. Ujjagamu rathair rishta means they rushed towards the chariot very cheerfully. So here we see this is the Vedic way. They are receiving. As I mentioned here, this particular theme teaches us how to welcome Vaishnava devotees, how to welcome a spiritual person in our life, in our home, uh, by expressing their emotions. Whatever is in the heart, it goes in the action. The love they have for Krishna, they are putting into action and showing it by rushing towards it, and they can't control the emotions they have. So very important for us also to learn from this, that whatever emotions we have in our heart, that must be expressed, that must be put into actions. Sometimes even if we have emotions or some kind of feeling in the heart, we people say andar hai, I have this kind of feeling, it's inside, what's the point of showing off? Why to show off this? अंदर है. If I love someone, अंदर है, मुझे दिल में है उसके लिए प्यार. Why to show off for that? But here we see that it's very important to show off, putting them into the actions. Generally, men, or the male, it's like that. Whatever in the heart, they try to express their emotions by action, but not by words. Female, generally the research says the female, they like to hear loving words, but men, they like to put the love into action. वो वाइफ का बर्थडे होगा तो ब्रेकफास्ट बनाएगा या कुछ करेगा, वो घर पे कुछ काम करेगा. By action they will try to show love. But female, they like to hear nice words. Oh, I love you, I take care of you. They want to hear. So whatever way, either this way or that way, but it's very important to put our emotions into actions. And that will um, strengthen the loving exchanges or the loving relationships by putting in actions. It's very important. Sometimes it can be misunderstood if it's not putting into actions or if it's not expressed. And here we see from this particular sloka that they are rushing cheerfully to the chariots. Let's see number 19. Anyone else?
Guruji, I'll try it.
Yes.
19th is Varyamukhascha Shatasyo Yaneshtadarshanaat Sukha Lasat Nirbhata Kopalavadana Shriya. At the same time, many hundreds of well-known prostitutes began to proceed on various vehicles. They were all very eager to meet the Lord, and their beautiful faces were decorated with dazzling earrings, which enhanced the beauty of their foreheads.
Wow. Vara Mukhya. That means Var Mukhya. Mukhya means well known prostitutes. They were there in the city of Dwarka. And not one or two, many, hundreds of them. And they they all also began to proceed on the various vehicles. Everyone was eager to meet Lord Sri Krishna. And these prostitutes, their beautiful faces were decorated with dazzling earrings and enhance the beauty of their foreheads. Very beautiful words. When I when we discuss this verse, the first question comes, and hundreds of time people ask, Prabhuji, Dwarka is Krishna's Nagri. Krishna is present. It's a spiritual place. It's Dham. How can there are prostitutes in the city of Dwarka? Does anyone have this question? Srila Prabhupada have already beautifully explained this in the purport. What is the importance of having prostitutes in the city of Dwarka? What is the reason and what kind of personalities they were? Everything Prabhupada has beautifully right. Srila Prabhupada says here, basically, if you see the translation, it is said well-known prostitutes and hundreds of them. So that means they existed 5,000 years back as well in the city of Dwarka. Someone muted me. In the city of Dwarka, 5,000 years back, there were prostitutes available. Srila Prabhupada writes, even in India, today's date, there are prostitutes in India, but there are many of them, they are devotees of Lord Sri Krishna. The most important things, dear devotees, to understand from this is everyone has a chance to become devotee of Lord Krishna by some kind of material arrangements, tricks of chance. Prabhupada writes here, tricks of chance, by certain situation, certain arrangement, material energy, whatever it could be. A person may be in a different profession, but everyone has an equal chance to become a devotee of Lord Sri Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita 9.32, chapter number 9, text 32, it is mentioned that even a lowborn or a chandala or an atheist who has no belief at all, who is a non-believer or even a prostitute, everyone can attain perfection in life. Krishna's arrangement is so beautiful. He is not like a dictator, my way or a highway. मैं जैसा perfect, fully pure devotee मेरे साथ आओ, otherwise you catch the highway. He is not like a dictator where he says my way or a highway. Everyone has an equal chance to come closer to Lord Sri Krishna. That's why we see there are many different arrangements in the Vedas. For example, meat eater. A person may be addicted to eat meat, and the mind, the consciousness is developed such he can't live without eating meat. And that's why there is a concession given in the Vedas that Amavas ki raat ko, the person must look into the eye of an animal, cut the throat, and kill the animal by his own hands, and then a person is allowed to eat meat. Because what will happen, a person is addicted, he can't live, but by following that process, eventually कितनी बार आंखों में आंखें देख के एनिमल को मारने का वो कब तक कर सकेगा. He person will overcome that sinful mentality, and then he will become a pure devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. In the same way, there are many other yogis, for example, karma kandis, or even non-believers, those who don't believe in the karma kanda or anything. For also them also there is a yoga ladder, from karma kandi, then sakam karma yoga, then nishkam karma yoga, then gnana yoga, then astanga yoga, and then bhakti yoga. That is a yoga ladder. We give this example in our bhakti vriksha classes as well, that you can go from first floor to 10th floor by stairs. कर्म कांडी से जाओ, पहले तो नॉट डूइंग कर्मा लाइक एथीस्ट बिलीवर्स, उसके बाद कर्म कांडी बनते हैं, उसके बाद सकाम कर्म योगा, उसके बाद निष्काम कर्म योगा, उसके बाद ज्ञान योगा पे जाओ, अष्टांग योगा पे जाओ, और भक्ति योगा पे आओ. यू कैन टेक द स्टेयर्स और यू कैन टेक द लिफ्ट. स्टार्ट chanting, start doing devotional service, associate, and then take the fast lift and reach to the top floor of the yoga ladder. So the point to understand is everyone has a equal opportunity to come closer to Krishna. Yesterday, while I was reading this verse about these prostitutes, and they also have equal opportunity to meet and come closer to Lord Shri Krishna. One Mataji in the temple, she said, I am Prabhuji, I am not good with book distribution. I have never distributed books in my whole life. I don't know how I will please Lord Sri Krishna. And I said, Mataji, it's okay if you are not able to distribute book. You have different skills. You are good with other things. She is in charge of the kids classes in the temple, and she does lots of kids classes, sessions, and 50 kids every week. She is giving a lecture and everything. So I said, everyone, even the prostitutes in Dwarka, they have closer to Krishna. Everyone has an equal opportunity. So if you can't do one thing, you can do other thing. Prabhupada, another way he mentions a different reason as well why there are prostitutes in Dwarka. Prabhupada writes, prostitutes are necessary in the civilization. And here we are talking Vedic civilization. Even in there, prostitutes are necessary. Why? Because there are some men, for some reason or another, some situation in the house or health or whatever it could be, for some reason or other, there are some men who are not satisfied with their bodily needs at home. It's not negating the bodily needs कि मैं खाना ही नहीं खाऊंगी मेरा body, even though the body is showing hunger, I will not eat because I am a soul, I am not this body. That is bogus, that is foolishness. We are soul into a bodily platform, and we have to keep body and soul together, and we have to attend the needs of the body as well as soul. दोनों balance करना चाहिए. So considering the bodily needs, Prabhupada writes in the purport, there are some men whose bodily needs are not met in the house for some reason or other. And for such men, there is a concession required. There is a concession required of having prostitutes in the society. If this arrangement is not there in the society, in the civilization, if this arrangement of prostitutes is not there, what these men will do? They will induce others' wife, or they will induce unmarried girls to satisfy their bodily needs. Are you getting the point? This men who has this bodily demand, they are not satisfied at home. If this arrangement of prostitutes is not there, what will happen is they will try to induce, because the needs has to be met. So they will induce, others' wife or unmarried girls for satisfying the need, and that will create chaos. That will be like forcefully involving girls into prostitution. So to have that kind of establishment or a structure in the society is very important. Prabhupada also gives the example of an alcohol ban. I know I am from Gujarat. In Gujarat, there is alcohol ban, but some people are addicted to drink. They just can't live without drinking. And that's why there is illegal smuggling happening, and then a lot of bribing and illegal all the transaction happening of an alcohol. So the point is, for the people who can't live, there must be some organized structure. So, like for example, in the alcohol, also they issue permits, or they have some kind of arrangement where the government issues license to stock alcohol and everything. So, the point is, this is all the part of an organized structure, and everyone can go, no matter whatever. Many times, um, in Bhagavatam or in the scriptures, the stories of prostitutes comes. Even Haridas Thakur, Bilwa Mangal Thakur. Prabhupada writes Bilwa Mangal Thakur story. Not only prostitute, but she was a guru. She was a spiritual teacher of Bilwa Mangal Thakur, being a prostitute, but she is guiding Bilwa Mangal Thakur. And after the very beautiful incident that time is 6:50. Very beautiful incident that Bilwa Mangal Thakur, he was very keen to meet the prostitute. And it was one stormy night, heavy wind, rain, storm, and he just couldn't control his lusty desire. And he was just going to the prostitute. And it was very stormy, windy, heavy rain. He had, while going in the forest, he had to cross the river also. And in the river, there was one dead body floating, and he used that dead body as a boat and crossed the river. And this prostitute house, he was entering through the window because the door was locked. She was not opening, and there was a snake hanging from the window. He used the snake as the rope to climb to the window, and he entered. And when he comes, all these hassles and all the problems he overcome, and he reached to the prostitute. The prostitute says that you have so much of focus. You are doing so much of hard work, and you have so much of attraction. If you just dovetail if you just dovetail this focus, strength, attraction, and the desire to Krishna, you will be a great devotee. And Bilwa Mangal Thakur gets the point, and she accepts this prostitute. Her name is Chintamani. Chintamani as the guru, spiritual master of Bilwa Mangal Thakur. He moves to Vrindavan, and he lives in Vrindavan forever and becomes a great devotee, Bilwa Mangal Thakur. So we see the prostitutes are necessary in the Vedic civilization for the people who have some bodily needs which are not met, and they can also be the devotee. In one line, if you want to understand this concept, that everyone, Krishna loves everyone, and everyone has equal opportunity to meet, go near to Krishna. Doesn't matter what profession they are. Yashyasti bhaktir bhagwati yakinchana. Yashyasti bhaktir bhagwati yakinchana. That verse is there in Srimad Bhagavatam, that the prostitute, but she is devotee of Krishna, is much better compared to the people who are in a very nice profession but they are not devotees. What's the point? Yashyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinjana. What is the point of good qualities if a person is not a devotee of Krishna? Better than that, a person, no matter whatever profession, a person is at least devotee of Krishna, because that is the ultimate perfection of life. If not, then Shram eva hi kevalam. Then it will be a useless labor, all other professions. Yeah. All right, someone raised a hand. Shiva Prabhu, you were there?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, it was me. Yeah, thank you for covering this point. I didn't before this point came, and this before this sloka came. I always wondered, there was, in Azamil story, there is a prostitute, and I used to ask how come there is a prostitute in before the Kali Yuga. Story comes of Pingala, realizations of Pingala, and also like Parichet Maharaj also told Kali, go and sit in those places where there's prostitution, there's gambling, there's meat eating, and there's illicit sex. And I used to wonder, how come there's all these things there before, in Kali Yuga, because they are all symptoms of Kali Yuga. But as you said, we already got the answer from Prabhupada's explanation and your explanation. Thank you. Thank you for covering this point. That clarifies my questions.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope others also, got the reason. Prabhupada explains nicely. I request everyone to read this Prabhupada. Prabhupada is so. What Prabhupada does, along with our Dwarka Yatra, Krishna is entering the Dwarka. People are welcoming him. But two things Prabhupada does. He never forgets to instruct a practical lesson for devotee. He always says, people are welcoming, then Prabhupada, right? This is how Vaishnavas should be welcome in our own life. Or ladies are at the rooftop, then Prabhupada will write, shyness is a natural gift. It's very important for the ladies. So he will always instruct a practical lesson for us along with the Dwarka Yatra as Krishna is arriving into Dwarka. And the second thing Prabhupada does is smash the Mayavadis or smash the scientific research. Here it is said, for example, Krishna is entering Dwarka and all the devotees are meeting or looking at Krishna face to face. Prabhupada will write that no matter how much advanced scientific research these people do, they will never be able to see Krishna face to face because they are not qualified. They are not spiritually elevated. So they will not. People try to go to different planets by spacecraft, but they can't see Krishna. So Prabhupada does two things: practical information, application for the devotees, and smashing the Mayavadis or the scientists. Along with the Yatra, Prabhupada explains us all the different things. And this, this prostitute was very important, and that's why I decided I will spend more time instead of covering more slokas. I thought I will spend 10 minutes more. It's okay to finish the first canto 1 or 2 days later. All right, let's move to text number 20. नट नर्तक गंधर्वा सुता मागध वंदिना गायन्ति चोत्तमश्लोका चरितानि अद्भुतानि च. Ketan Prabhu, welcome. You have Bhagavatam with you. You can read translation of text 20.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Expert, dramatic, artists, dancers, singers, historian, genealogists, and learned speakers all gave their respective contributes, being inspired by the supreme human pastimes of the Lord. Thus, they proceed on and on. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, genealogist. That means the people who do kula or dynasty lineage, family lineage, jo dekhte hain, they are called. And the artists, dancers, singers, historians, speakers, everyone. Everyone was giving their respective contributions to Lord Shri Krishna while he was entering Dwarka. See, here we see that even 5,000 years back, it was very established civilization. All the palaces are there. We will see next section comes how Krishna enters into Dwarka and his dealings with his wife. Very beautiful how Krishna is coming into Dwarka and all the queens of all the different palaces, how Krishna reciprocates or does. They send their son to embrace. Very beautiful. Stay tuned while Krishna is entering the palace and meeting the family member. Abhi to hum bahar hai. Krishna is in chariot and all the citizens he is meeting, citizens of Dwarka. So even 5,000 years back, the civilization was very established. Some people say that it was even few thousand years back, the civilization were like a stone age, or people were used to live in the cave, and they were like hunters, and they used to live in the forest. There is no, but here we see from this particular, it is itihas. Itihas means it has happened. Itihas. It is a history. It's not a mythology. Some people claim it as a mythology. That means fairy tales. Like there is Dada Dadi ki kahaniya. But this is a history. His story. This is a story or a pastime. Purana. Purana means something history. Itihas. It has happened. And 5,000 years back, the civilization was so established that all the artists, drama, singers, performers, they were doing performance of Lord Shri Krishna's pastimes. Prabhupada writes in the purport, even up to 100 years back, all the drama, performances, artists, it was all about Lord Shri Krishna or the spiritual drama. We see previously as television set was introduced. I remember in Gujarat, the place I come from, Modasa, we had my father bought the first TV in the whole town, and everyone used to come on Sunday to look at Mahabharat and Ramayana in those days. I'm talking at least 40 years back, 1980, 87 or 88 and things like that. And Mahabharat and Ramayana and everyone was stuck in front of television. It was like a curfew situation. No one was on the road. Even in the village lifestyle, people do farming during the day, and in the evening, people wind up the farming and all the work by 2. They start early in the morning by 2, 3 o'clock, and then in the evening, they have early dinner, and then all evenings people in the village they get together and they have kirtan, the drama and performances. We went to Bali last year and there were beautiful pastimes, the performance of Lord Rama's pastime, killing Ravana. And that is how it is being, that is a Vedic civilization, the village civilization. There, what evening, they meditate with all the Lord's pastime and then they sleep. And in the morning, again, go to work, maintain family, do all the house things, wind up early. This is the guidance, practical life for us. Wind up early, keep our life simple so that we can dwell on the pastimes of the Lord in the evening. Prabhupada writes many times also that in the evening, read Krishna book and then sleep because you are beautifully meditating on Krishna's pastimes. And then you have a nice sleep, start early morning again. This is all required for spiritual enlightenment. Why this artists and performers and singers and dancers they do all these things? Because people in general, the civilization, the citizens of the village or a country, they require that entertainment, but that entertainment is spiritual entertainment, so that entertainment gives enlightenment. Entertainment is there, but it gives enlightenment as well because it's all about the pastimes of Lord. And that is what we see in text number 20. Let's do 21 and 22 together and then we will stop. Uh, Radhika Mataji, you want to do Sanskrit? And Rohit Prabhu can do translation.
Hare Krishna, everyone. भगवांस्तत्र बन्धूनां पौर्णाम् अनुवर्तिनां यथा विधि उपसंगम्य सर्वेषां मानम् आददे. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Text 21. Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, approached them and offered due honor and respect to each and every one of the friends, relatives, citizens, and all others who came to receive and welcome him. Hare Krishna.
And next one, 22.
प्रहवाभिवादानालेश करास्पर्शस्मितेक्षणे अश्वास्य चाश्वापाकेभ्यो वरैश्चाभिमतैर्विभु.
Yes,
The Almighty Lord greeted everyone present by bowing his head, exchanging greetings, embracing, shaking hands, looking and smiling, giving assurances and awarding benedictions, even to the lowest in rank. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So here, visualize, Lord, the drama, the prostitutes are coming, the artists, dancers, singers, everyone, the speakers, they are coming, offering their contributions to Lord Sri Krishna. And how does Krishna reciprocate? Krishna is offering them due honor and respect to each and every one of them, even to the prostitutes and everyone. Chandalas were also present. Krishna is offering his respect and honor to each and every one of them who came to welcome him. The Lord, in text 22, we see the Lord greets everyone present by bowing his head. Look at this. Krishna is bowing his head, exchanging greetings, and depending on who they are, embracing, shaking hands, looking, smiling, giving assurance, awarding benedictions, even to the lowest in the rank. See, there were all different types of people. There are all different types of people present in that welcoming ceremony. There are Vasudev, Ugrasev, Gargamuni. There are father, grandfather, teachers, brahmanas, spiritual gurus. Also, chandalas, those who are the dog eaters or those who are prostitutes, everything, right from the father, mother, everyone, right up to the chandalas, prostitutes, everyone is available. But Lord is welcoming everyone. Prabhupada writes so beautifully in the purport here that Lord is always welcoming. No one is rejected by Lord. It is up to us whether we accept Lord's invitation or not. कितना सुंदर लिखा है देखो इधर लॉर्ड इज ऑलवेज वेलकमिंग एवरीवन no one is rejected by Lord, and it is up to us whether we accept Lord's invitation or not. Many times हम जब बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए जाते हैं हम किसी को बोलते हैं भगवत गीता ले लो एंड दे से नो 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 मैं भगवत गीता टच नहीं कर सकती क्योंकि हमारे घर पे मीट कुक होता है. Here Lord is ready to come to your house in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Lord is happy to come, but the person is saying no. Prabhupada writes here, Lord is always welcoming. Lord is not rejecting anyone, no matter ऊपर से लेके नीचे तक कोई कहाँ भी कोई भी लेवल में है, कॉन्शियसनेस में है, doesn't matter. It is up to us. भगवान तो embrace करने के लिए ready है. It is up to us whether we are accepting Lord's embrace or we are rejecting Lord's embrace. Many times we offer Srimad Bhagavatam to someone and people say नहीं 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 मैं मेरे भागवतम अपने घर पे अभी नहीं क्योंकि मेरे घर में ओनियन गार्लिक कुक होता है. अरे prostitutes है, chandalas है, dog eaters है. Krishna is accepting them here, bowing down before him, greeting before him. Look at this beautiful verse. Krishna is not looking at them as a bodily consciousness. Everyone is part and parcel. अपना बच्चे है. Krishna is aham bija param padah pita. I am the supreme father and all the living entities are child of Krishna. How can Krishna look at them with the material consciousness? Krishna loves everyone. So कई बार हम माला करने को बोलते हैं किसी को मैं अभी माला नहीं कर सकती हमारे घर पे ये होता है मेरे हस्बैंड दारू पीते हैं इसलिए मैं घर पे माला नहीं कर सकती अरे लॉर्ड इज हैप्पी टू एम्ब्रेस ईच एंड एवरी पर्सन I know Gaurang Prabhu's one story. One person had a bottle in the hand and he was drunk. And he said, "Can I chant?" Gaurang Prabhu said, "Yes, yes, go for it." तो वो एक हाथ में मुंबई टेम्पल की बात है एक हाथ में दारू का बॉटल he was drunk and another hand he was chanting Hare Krishna Hare Krishna and Prabhu said if you are drinking you can chant but if you are chanting you can't drink. If you have a bottle in the hand, you can hold the mala. But if you are holding the mala, you can't drink. So make sure there is a difference you understand in this. So the point is to understand is भक्ति में आगे बढ़ने के लिए डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. सारे डर दूर भाग जाएंगे जब हम भगवान का एम्ब्रेस एक्सेप्ट करेंगे. वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट द लॉर्ड्स इनविटेशन. अपने ऊपर है whether we are accepting or not. First thing to focus on is what to do. What लोग बोल सोचते हैं, people think that I have to stop eating meat, I have to stop eating alcohol, I have to stop eating onion or garlic, then only I can accept Krishna. It's completely opposite. We have to accept Krishna only. Anartha nivritti, unwanted things to be removed. Artha pravritti means the important things to do. Out of those two, earth, we have to फोकस ऑन अर्थ प्रवृत्ति. हमें माला करने का, भक्तों का संग करने का, एंड भगवत गीता का अध्ययन करने का, उस पे ध्यान देना चाहिए. बाकी सब अपने आप भगवान अपने जादू से करेंगे. Miracle is a lifestyle of devotee. I told yesterday. Everything else will happen automatically. Harshit Prabhu was mentioning me a few days back. To think of leaving a tea was impossible, and many people come and telling me, ये तो ऐसे एकदम से छूट गया, चाय पीना पता भी नहीं चला. Because Krishna does the magic. All we have to do is just accept the embrace of Krishna. बाकी सब कुछ अपने आप भगवान करेंगे. We are right. हमारे में शक्ति नहीं है सब कुछ छोड़ने की, but भगवान अपने आप करेंगे. We don't have to even focus on that. We have to focus on our chanting, reading, association of devotees and devotional service. बस उतना करेंगे, अर्थ प्रवृत्ति करेंगे, अनर्थ निवृत्ति अपने आप हो जाएगी. And this is the essence of this verse. Krishna is greeting everyone, honoring everyone, giving respect to everyone, bowing down, shaking hands, embracing everyone, even though they are a dog eater or a prostitute or a chandalas or anyone. So thank you very much. I will stop here. Very beautiful conviction we can get that how Lord loves everyone. कल हम आगे बढ़ेंगे हमारी द्वारका यात्रा. एंड अभी तो भगवान चैरियट पे है, सारे सिटीजन्स पे है. अभी धीरे धीरे आगे रेसिप्रोकेशन आएगा. How Krishna is reciprocating with other family members also. All right. बने रहिए अपनी यात्रा में. प्रसादम जरा ठीक से लेना, बिकॉज अभी रूफ पे भी जाने वाले हैं हम. पहले हस्तिनापुर की लेडीज के रूफ पे थे, वी केम डाउन. अभी द्वारका की लेडीज रूफ पे होगी, भगवान का स्वागत करेगी. तो हम अभी ऊपर नीचे रूफ पे जाने वाले हैं. लिफ्ट नहीं है, स्टेयर्स है. आपका वजन भी कम हो जाएगा. एनी क्वेश्चंस? Imagine, while when we are discussing this, in your mind, Krishna is wearing yellow, golden garments, and the citizens are there, Brahman. Just imagine the chariot is there. We are in Dwarka. You will love this pastime. इतना सुंदर pastime है. Krishna is entering Dwarka. सारे उनके भक्त लोग हैं, citizens of Dwarka, and reciprocation आएगा. फिर हम पैलेस के अंदर जाएंगे. Krishna's wife, Krishna's son, वो सब भी क्या करते, पैलेस के अंदर भी जाएंगे. जो फिजिकली द्वारका में जाते हैं उनको ये सब कहाँ देखने को मिलेगा? Going into the Krishna's palace and Krishna's loving exchanges with the wife and the son. But we will have that opportunity. All right. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय.